It's Scott from Toxogo Woodworks, and I just wanted to venture into something that I've seen by many woodworkers or other people on YouTube and all that who talk about how there's this big thing in regards to Festool as a brand, as tools, what have you. And it's one of those things where people are like getting all, for lack of better terms, butthurt towards it, or are very opinionated on it, or talk about how, if you have Festool, there's a cult regarding it or anything like that. And I figured I'd jump into the waters as well. This video is not a review about anything. It's my opinion. I'm not sponsored by anyone. Everything I have, I've ever purchased myself. It's what I have. It's my opinion, my view, and my thoughts on it. And I just wanted to cover something quick on it. Add my 2 cents, for lack of better terms. And what I'll start out with is I'll cover what I started with. So when I was younger and I was a teenager, this was the first actual power sander I ever received. It was a Makita finishing sander. I got it for my birthday. I don't know, I was 14, 15 maybe, and I still have it. I don't use it anymore. I've actually given it to one of my daughters. It's a part of their toolbox. They haven't used it yet, but it still works. There's no problems with it and stuff like that. But the only really issue of why I moved on from this part, dust collection, this only has a couple little holes under it and stuff like that. And it doesn't do that well when it comes to dust collecting. And I don't really use this type of sander anymore. But I've moved on from that to the Festool, I'd say equivalent of the RTS 400, which is, it's smaller, but as you can see, the dust collection is way better. And for me, I won't say it necessarily works better, but the one thing that I've realized is, for me, especially as I get older, there's way less vibration on it, and it's more comfortable to use. It's the same thing in regards to a random orbit sander. So I bought this when I was probably, I think, 15, 16 years old. And it's a DeWalt random orbit sander. Single speed. Had it, like I said, I'm 44 now. I still have it. It still works. I actually was using this up until about 4 years ago. This is the sander that I was using. It has decent dust collection. Nothing really to write home about or go crazy on. But it did the job and it worked. And it still works. This, again, I have passed on to my daughters. And I'm trying to set them up and give them their starting tools. But in the same process, I upgraded from there to this Festool. It's the ETS EC125. And as you can tell, it has way more holes, way better dust collection. And for me, like I spoke on the other one, for vibration, there's way less vibration on it. And the way it fits in my hand, it is so much more comfortable. I am not a Festool fanatic. I'm not a brand of any type fanatic. I do have sanders from Festool, and I have one dust collector that I purchased from Festool as well that ties into not just the sanders, but some of the other tools that I have. I also have a few other things from Festool. I have a domino. While yes, it is a luxury tool, it is extremely expensive, but for some of the work that I've done, it has paid its dividends in what it's able to do and what I've been able to do. Like I said, I'm by no means trying to jump in and say, oh, well, they're a Festool snob or they're this brand snob or what have you. My drills, I don't have any. I have 0 cordless tools that are Festool whatsoever. I don't have any intentions of getting them. I am not a big fan of the Festool cordless. I grew up having DeWalt cordless tools. It's what I started with. And I've slowly been moving from DeWalt to Metabo HPT ones, just because the DeWalt ones that I have, they're old. They're the old 18 volt. They don't make batteries for them anymore. I do have a 20 volt converter for it. However, it's not that conducive, to be honest with you. So I've been changing over for that. One, cost wise. Two, they're easier to get. I can just, for the Metabo ones, I can walk into any Lowe's and pick them up. However, that doesn't make me a die-hard brand fan. But when everyone's talking about, oh, Festool is so controversial, what's the difference between buying a Festool sander or people go and buy Surf Prep or Merca? They cost more than this does, but you don't hear, at least it's not that broadcast that much, that, oh, there's a Merca controversy or a Surf Prep controversy. Me personally, I can't afford them. Never used them. Never had a chance to use them by any means. I would love to try and use them, but they're not within my budget. And they haven't been within my budget. To be honest, I didn't even know Festool existed till about 5 years ago, maybe 6 years ago. And that's when I started looking into it, and I was wondering, what do they do? What is this company? Who are they? And stuff like that. They're way older than I am, but I didn't even know they existed until more pathways of information, for lack of better terms, opened up to me. So for me and my input and my 2 cents, I truly believe that whatever's comfortable for you, whether you're starting out and you go to Home Depot or Lowe's or wherever and you get a DeWalt sander or a Bosch sander, a Makita sander, Ryobi, whatever brand you pick, if that is one, what you can afford, and two, is comfortable for what you're doing, then by all means, get it, do it, use it. You don't need to have a $300, $400, $500, $600, $700 sander to do what you're doing. However, I will say this, don't just buy the tool for what it does. Look into, one, its durability and its ratings. Two, also look into how it feels. If you get a chance to use a tool or a certain type before you go purchase it, I highly recommend you go do that. Because you don't want to go and spend a good chunk of money on any tool just for it to not be comfortable. Just because a sander can sand doesn't mean that it sands extremely well, or that it's going to last, or that it's going to be comfortable. What you don't want to do is get something that's very uncomfortable and expect that you're going to do a bunch of projects with it, because you're going to get tired. Your body's going to get tired of using something that's not comfortable in the hand, or not comfortable just in general to use, which is going to deter you from doing more work. So my take on it is, take away the brand and look at what is comfortable for you. If it's something that's a quick one and done and you got to just go get something cheap and go do it, by all means, get something cheap. But if you are looking into woodworking as a hobby or a business or anything like that, and you're going to be using these tools for a long time, look into something that's comfortable. Look into something that when you grab it, by the time you're done, you don't have to go and stretch out or, rub on muscle pain stuff and things like that, or see a doctor because you've shaken so much you've lost sensitivity in your arms. Find stuff that actually works for you. That's really all it is. So I am not reviewing the tools. I am not picking any tool out in particular, but I don't believe in everyone saying, oh, it's so controversial, or Festool is really controversial, or no, Festool is a brand just like every other brand that exists out there. I personally like them because they're comfortable. They make extremely good quality tools, in my opinion. Will I purchase more from them if I can afford it? Absolutely. Would I use their tools if they ever... I'm a small woodworker in a one-car shop. I'm not getting any sponsors by no one anytime soon. But if they decided to send something and say, hey, try this, review it, and we'll push it your way, would I accept it? Yes. Would I give an honest review on it? Absolutely. It doesn't matter. Take the brand name away. It doesn't matter who it is. That's just what I would do. But again, in the end, you have to find what is comfortable for you. You're not afraid to go out and buy shoes that are a couple $100 that are comfortable for you and that'll work. What's the difference with tools? That's all I have. I hope you got something out of this video. If it creates more controversy, then so be it. However, I don't understand or see why it would. But in the end, all I can say is you got to get what it works for you. All right, that's it. I hope you like this video. Please subscribe, hit the like button, pass this on to others. I would love to grow this channel. I would love to talk a little bit more on different things and build the woodworking community and be a part of it as well. That's all I got for today. Thank you.